Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Wonder Snatch. I'm Victoria Wonder Snatch, a drag queen who loves drag, LGBT stuff, and dermatology and hair science. All right. I've had quite a lot of new subscribers recently, so thanks everyone who's subscribed to this channel and watch my videos regularly. I really appreciate you being here. So today I thought I'd do a little update on getting to know me. Okay, I'm going to get into a pop princess look while I talk about myself. Okay, I've had a lot of people on my channel recently. I want to showcase a lot of local and overseas drag artists and makeup artists, but I think today's all about me. And so if that's something you want to see, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, okay? And ring that bell for post notifications. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, okay? I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I've blocked my brows as per usual, okay? And I'm gonna prime my face now. I'm gonna go back to my Maybelline Baby Skin. I haven't used this in a while, so I'm just sitting in the corner there. This is a silicone-based primer, so it helps stuff glide on nice and easy. Okay, so today's look is this Ariana Grande / Jan inspired pop princess look. I actually prepared this look for a music video I got coming up, and we filmed it last week. It'll be out soon, but I was so busy with the music video, I actually forgot to actually take pictures and do TikToks. So I'm going to recreate it, and the wig's really nice too. So I'm sure you've seen it in the thumbnail, but stay to the end to see it. Oh, and if you haven't already, also follow me on TikTok. Okay, it's growing slowly, and I try to do a lot of transition and silly stuff there. So check that out too. All right, let's get this hair out of the way. Okay, let's get naked. So don't get powder and stuff all over that. Okay, using 2W. Gonna use some liquid foundation to just pounce that in. Okay, so first, who am I? And why do I think this channel is so special and different from all the others? Well, okay, I'm a drag queen who actually started quite late, okay? I decided to go to school and all that first, so I'm actually a healthcare professional and I work in skin and hair, okay? And that's one of my huge passions, and that's why I love to talk about that on this channel. I have a series called Dermatology in Drag, where I just talk about skin conditions or hair conditions or science or something like that, and try to do a makeup look inspired by that. I really like that series, although, I think sometimes I do get a little bit too in the weeds for that, but I refuse to dumb myself down for anything. I started drag about 5 years ago. I have to admit that, I have been really inspired by Drag Race, okay? After I watched Drag Race, I really felt some sort of kinship and something clicked that, this is something that I really want to do. I've always been a huge theater nerd and theater kid, and drag seemed to help to incorporate everything that I liked, okay? Music, theater, costuming, makeup. Actually, I didn't really even realize I liked makeup until I got good at it and practiced a lot. And now I'm just obsessed. I just love watching makeup tutorials while in the gym and everything, just to relax. Now that that base is down, I'm going to try this new 7W. Not that deep a contour today. Okay, I'm pretty blessed with good bone structure, so I don't have to contour that harshly sometimes. But sometimes for the look, a nice deep contour is needed. First time I ever did drag was for my partner's birthday party, okay, his 60th birthday. Him and some friends did this huge disco themed party, and a bunch of us decided to go in drag, and I did a number. Okay, I did a mashup with my friend Caleb between these two really campy disco songs, Never Been to Me and Xanadu. I picked the campiest, gayest songs I knew and tried to make them into one song, and it was such a huge hit. I really had a great time doing that. I really should redo that song someday. So 7W is quite light. Okay, right now I'm just carving out my face. Okay, let's go into something a little bit deeper. Julius plays to the rescue. He uses Abidjan, which is a little bit of a warmer, deeper shade. So after that, I was just practicing my makeup in my room a lot. Did a few other shows. Okay, my friend Becca the Bus invited me to do a couple of shows called Riot. Okay, and I really had a great time doing those. And then I went off and did a couple of my own shows, okay, to raise money for charity. Okay, the Action for AIDS Fund for Art is something I'm really, really passionate about. And I did a couple of shows, the first one called Wonder Snatched, and the other one called October Snatch, to raise money for this fund. Okay, and the good news is that this fund raised about $100,000, and we funded a couple of short film, which we're going to be screening later in December. I'll be hosting that, so watch out for the vlog for that. That's coming up. Okay, and then the pandemic came, and when the pandemic came, I became a bedroom queen. I actually had my room, my makeup room renovated just before the pandemic, and that was really lucky because I managed to use it, incorporate it into my YouTube, and started practicing a lot more. So I did at first I was doing like 2 makeup looks a week, and I think it got really, really good, really, really fast. Well, I think I'm quite good. And now that things are, well, starting to open up, not much, okay? Singapore is still kind of like on semi-lockdown. We're only still allowed to go out in twos. Performances are still limited, okay? We're still not allowed to do any live singing where food and beverages are sold. And that's kind of like my thing, right? Okay, cabaret. I really love cabaret stuff. So hopefully once that starts to come back, I can start planning my 3rd show. Yes, and I am Face Tape Queen, inspired by none other than Miss Fame. Yeah, of course, the first few videos that I ever used to learn makeup was Miss Fame's tutorials. And I'm just using 070 to highlight the middle of my face, and I'm using it right on the sponge itself. So this is soft highlight right where I want. Okay, so what kind of queen am I? Well, right now I would say I'm pretty much more of a look queen. I don't really dance very well. Although I think I can move and do hand stuff. Hand stuff. I'm a cabaret queen. I love to sing. I'm not the best singer, but I think hopefully I make up for that with personality, passion, and beautiful looks. In fact, that's another thing that I have coming up. Alright, I'm taking singing lessons at this place called Sing Theatre. They do great stuff. And I'm taking part in this Singathon on the 5th of December. So tune into that, okay? Because it's a fundraiser for Singathon to do their outreach and their charity stuff. And I'll be performing in this 12-hour non-stop telethon musical theatre singing thing. So if you can, please tune in and donate, okay, to giving.sg. The link's down below. I'm trying to raise at least $1,000 for my segment. So if you go to www.giving.sg, okay, the link's down below, to donate to Sing Theatre, I would really appreciate that. Okay, today's look, I did a kind of a pop princess look then, but today I'm really inspired by one of Raven's looks, okay, in the trailer for her new makeup competition, okay, painted with Raven. Okay, I stopped it and took a picture to try to do that eye. Okay, but let's just do the brow first. So I'm starting kind of like in the middle, so I have some room to ombre it out. Clean off the brush and drag that to the front. Okay, and that gives that this nice ombre effect. Yeah, okay, so I'm bringing my brows a little bit more in today. Okay, so that's actually pretty perfect. Don't really need to clean up very much. And with whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to give myself a hint of a nose contour. Okay, I used to do quite harsh, like prison bars, but now I'm trying to do this softer look. Okay, so I'm not going to go all the way down, just maybe up to there. I think I have it at a place I really like. Okay, so now I'm just going to powder. Okay, when I powder, I like to go in with my whites first. Okay, set the brightest part of my face with white powder. Okay, under the brow. And the nose, tip of the nose, yeah. And then I go in with my translucent or flesh tone. All right, I'm gonna let that bake for a while and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm just tapping a little bit of bronzer on to give myself a bit more color. Okay, I'm using my Juvia's Place medium. Stamping it on, knocking off the excess powder. And just scooping underneath my cheekbones there. Just for a soft scalp. Okay, so now there's some color in my face. I'm going to go in with, I think, the eyes. Cleaning my eye space with a little bit of micellar water to remove any excess powders and everything. And using my Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. Okay, Okay, we're going to start with the eyes. Raven's eye makeup here is really swirly, but she has this really intense line going across, okay? So we're going to have to build up the swirly lines. Today I want to use my Age of Opulence Beauty Bay palette. I really love these palettes by Beauty Bay. They're really cheap and they're super pigmented. I'm going to use this flapper, which is a kind of a purple pink. Okay, and I'm going to just pop that right in here. And bring that up like that. Okay, see, nice and soft and blended. Okay, and then with a smaller brush, this pencil brush, I'm going to go in with Velvet. It's a darker purple. And I'm just going to define my crease right there. Go back with the other brush and blend that out. Okay, yeah, so as I said, I am a cabaret queen. I really love musical theatre. When I lived in New York, I did my PhD in New York, by the way. I lived there for 5 years. I did a lot of cabaret off Broadway. I never did it in drag. I did all as my boy self. But I really thought that it really helped improve my stage presence, my confidence and everything. And I really think that is something that I would really like to bring to the Singapore scene. Okay, because right now a lot of the drag here is more or less club drag, lip syncing, pop songs and everything, but that's not something that resonates with me. I prefer musical theatre. Okay, so now we go in with an even smaller brush. Okay, I'm gonna use one of these and use the black called Noir and really carve out. Oh no, shit. It's really deep. It's really pigmented. Did not expect that. Let's try to blend it out with the purple. Let's try to cut that and rescue it a little bit. So that's the idea. This black is quite intense. Going to have to play with it properly at another stage, but you know, maybe not for this look. So I am from Singapore. Okay, Singapore is still not the best place for LGBT people. Okay, being gay is still illegal in Singapore. Okay, there's this thing called 377A, the section 377A, which criminalizes sex between men. Okay, I did a whole video on that. Okay, what is 377A, and also how the gay community have been targeted by police before. I did this video on the Rascals incident. Check that out. So one of the things that's both in my Instagram bio and something that I'm quite passionate about is to try to get 377A repealed, okay? With my skill set, you know, I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I think what I can do is try to raise awareness and try to show the world, whoever's listening, the injustices here in Singapore for LGBT people. And hopefully, one day, you know, this law will be repealed, hopefully within my lifetime. Now I'm going to go in again with the purples. I'm going to use Speak Easy first, which is this plum. Go back into Velvet. Purple. I'm going to use my Sensorium palette now. This Tranquil, which is a lilac. So one of the ways that I really hope to address this whole 377A thing is through my pet charity, okay? The Action for AIDS in Singapore, they approached me a few years ago, and the shows where I raise money actually raises money for this thing called the Fund for the Arts, okay? And I believe that arts, just pretty much like what I've been doing for my cabaret, is really a great avenue for telling stories, telling queer stories, and trying to get people interested in queer stories, and at the same time, you know, demystifying the LGBT experience and reducing stigma and discrimination for people living with HIV and the LGBT or queer community as a whole. So that's something that I'm very passionate about, and I hope to, you know, raise more money for this endeavor. So that's blended into this pinky, smoky look. Okay, and then she has a kind of a smoke on down here. All right, I'm just going to clean this up a bit and I'll be right back. All right, so I've gone and finished off the eyes. I added some sparkle in the middle there, okay? I think these will look quite nice when the lashes are finally on. Going in my BH Cosmetics Contour Palette. This I've been really enjoying. Okay, just using some of the warmer shades today. Start to contour my face. When you see my music video, you're gonna see my contour is a little bit harsh. I think I was trying some underpainting techniques, and I think I kind of overdid it. So I'm just gonna go for a bit softer one today. Okay, contouring my nose, just dragging it down very gently. Okay, not trying to go for something too harsh today. Getting some of this really dark one and just popping it right there. Okay, so I guess that's me in a nutshell. What else do you want to know about me? Why don't you leave in the comments down below? Maybe I'll do a whole, Q&A one day. But I think right now, I'm really having a lot of fun just coming up with looks. I really enjoy, coming up with all sorts of different looks. And I really like this pop princess look that I did. A little bit inspired by Jan as well, Jan from Drag Race. Their wig's a little bit like hers. The other question that I'm always asked is, will I ever do Drag Race? I did a video once where I was kind of applying for season 14, okay, but at the same time answering all the questions. It's kind of like a get to know me through the Drag Race audition questions. That was a little bit of a clickbait, I must admit, because I didn't really apply. I mean, I don't qualify because I'm in Singapore, so I don't qualify for the American Drag Race. There's Drag Race Thailand, but they didn't really send out any audition notices for that, so we really couldn't really apply to that one either. And Singapore being Singapore, we're not going to get a Drag Race here anytime soon, so very little hope for me in that department. I'm really enjoying stuff like Dragula as well. Okay, so Dragula, the recent season is really chaotic and quite fun. Okay, so the Juvia's Place blush, this deep one, it's going to pop it up here. Adds a little bit to the contour and some color to the face without giving you this really harsh blush here. So don't, don't put it all over. Okay, just strategically, maybe a little bit at the tip of the nose. This is also a perfect time to use my Arthurine blush. I love this blush palette, but it's got a lot of purples and lilacs. So I'll be using this pinkish lilac here, just to bring it down a little bit. Okay, I guess I'm ready for my lips. I want a little red for my lips because I made some very nice earrings to go with this purple look. So I'm going to line my lips with plum and do a red in the middle. Okay, so this is Juvia's Place. So just lining my lips with this plum and then filling it with red. Can't talk while I do this, I'm sorry. Okay, let's fill that with red and see how it looks. Okay, and a little trick. Get your concealer brush and your foundation color. Just clean up the sides. I think Tati just did this on one of her recent videos too. Brings in the mouth. Okay, so I think I'm almost done. I'm just going to finish this off a little bit, get into my final outfit, and I'll be back with the finished look. Alright? See you in a bit. And this is the finished look. Chromatica meets Ariana Grande meets Jan. I spray painted like these red ribbons on my hair. And I really like this look, okay? So stay tuned if you want to see this look in action for my music video. And I hope you learned something about me today. Thank you for all my new subscribers. And if you want to know anything more, just leave down in the comments or leave me a message on Instagram or TikTok or something, and I try to do another video in the future to answer all these questions, all right? Stay tuned for all the things I have coming up. I'm doing a film screening on World AIDS Day, 1st of December. I am going to be in the SINGATHON on the 5th of December, and I'll be judging the Miss Equality World Beauty Pageant on the 11th of December, which, Andre Rizali, who I made over, promised. And I'm definitely going to be very, very excited. I'll be singing at that pageant too, all right? Okay, so if you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell for post notifications, all right? I'll see you next time. Bye. This wig is pretty heavy and I haven't mastered the art of securing it yet, so I gotta do this when I walk around. Alright, check out my other videos. I did a whole bunch of collabs for Snatchoween. I did a demon look with Wink818 and also a goth vampire with Wilma Fingerdood. See you next time. Bye.